Okay, hi everyone. Good afternoon or good evening. My name is Mary Job, and we're hosting the first official WordPress meetup for the Lagos community today. And we have Sam here who is going to take us into WordPress 6.9. So I'm going to hand over to Sam. But before that, let me just say this is going to be the first of many meetups we're going to have. And also because we want this to be recorded and want people to be able to watch that afterwards. That's the reason why we're streaming instead of having a meetup on Google Meet as we used to do. Now, in the comments, please feel free to join in. Tell us what city you're watching us from. If you have questions at the end, you can put it also there or engage with you in the comments. But in the meantime, I'm handing over to Sam. So, Sam, over to you.
All right, thank you, Mary. Nice being here. It's nice connecting with all of you. And we're here to talk about WordPress 6.9. Basically, I'm Samuel Oladipupo, and I'm a senior software engineer. And I do WordPress. WordPress is something I've been doing since I think since 2016. I've been building WordPress websites since 2016, and I focus on building workflows that are unbreakable, that clients will not be able to break, building quality for clients. And on the software engineering side of things, I have about a decade experience building fintech, health tech, blockchain products, for different clients, different industries. And yeah, that's it about me. If you really want, we can connect afterwards to share insights. I think I met Mary, that would be like 2019 or thereabouts, at the Ijebu community back then. And it's been a wonderful time in the community. I've been able to engage with some of the community projects we did at the time, building for several, volunteering to build for several local organizations at that time, where we all come together on Sunday evenings like this, and then we build all of those products. It's a very, very fun event. I hope those kind of things can still happen now. But then
we had a do action. I think we had two do action in Ijebu back then. And we had do actions in Lagos also. And also, if you're watching this, you probably also got the link to volunteer. We need to bring back WordCamps, meetups, do actions there in Lagos and Ijebu. WordCamp Port Harcourt is happening in February, I believe. Yes, WordCamp Port Harcourt. So if you're in the region, definitely show up there, right?
Okay, so let's proceed. Let me share my screen and we can proceed into what we have for today. Mary, please confirm that you can. Let me know what you can see on my screen.
Yeah, I can see your screen. Great collaboration features that transform teamwork workflows.
All right.
Wait. Before you go into that, you're going to tell us. Oh, you already did that at the beginning, right? Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Don't worry. Go on. Go on.
All right. So on the 2nd of December, 2025, WordPress 6.9 was released fully. For some of us, we've been keeping up with the the beta stage or the testing, trying out the features. There are, a couple of videos here and there explaining some of the features that were coming and all of that. The hype was building up on the things that were coming up. And eventually we got the release on the 2nd of December last year, 2025, yeah. And some things exciting came along with the release, and part of what we'll be looking at today is the workflow gap, some of the core features that were released, some of the new design tools, and some safety tools that were introduced in the release. I've introduced myself, so let's get started. So there is this issue that I believe some of us will face especially when you have to build WordPress sites for not just for several clients. On many instances, you get content from the client. You want the client to review how you've done it. So you are juggling between maybe a Figma design. You are juggling between communication with the client, probably on WhatsApp or Slack for some more corporate organizations. There's Google Docs where they post maybe where you draft your content there, and then you are asking somebody to review the content on Google Docs. Then when they review, you copy that content, you go and put it on the WordPress site. So you are juggling about 4, 5 things at the same time. So you are juggling about 4, 5 tabs, 4, 5 platforms at the same time, trying to get just one thing done, which is to publish the WordPress site, or publish the post on the WordPress site, or whichever thing you are doing with the site. And what does that cost? It causes confusion. There is always that rework process. Or somebody says, "Oh, I forgot that you are supposed to do this," and everybody gets frustrated along the line. And I think the WordPress team, the over 900 people that worked on the release, thought about all of these things. And because everybody that works on WordPress, they are real humans that actually feel all the pain that everyone else feels, right? And they developed some of these new features that initially some plugins were providing them where you have to pay for those plugins, but now they are baking it into the core of WordPress so that you don't have to incur other expenses because of those small features that are on the platform. So the first one that we have here is the command palette, which is easy navigation to everywhere on your WordPress admin. So normally, if you use like a Windows computer or a MacBook, on Windows you can just press the Windows key and you can type whatever you want to type, and it takes you to wherever that particular action or that particular app is. So it's like a shortcut for you. Just type like on Windows, for instance, you just type Chrome and you open Chrome just out of the box like that. Same thing with Mac. If you press command and space bar, it can take you anywhere. And for some of the developers on things like on IDs like Visual Studio Code, you have the command palette at the top of the application where you can just type anything, the name of the file, it takes you to that particular place. So WordPress is introducing that into WordPress admin as well, where you can just type what you want. So if you want to go to plugins, you can just type the name of the plugin, it takes you there. If you want to go to appearance settings, you can just type it there. It's a search and set the command, and then you can just click on it and it jumps right into that place. The next one is we have the collaboration block notes tab. So this is the part where you would not have to like do a lot of say WhatsApp communications or WordPress or Google Docs reviews to get things done, because when we have instances where, assuming it's a blog, for instance, you have an editor, you have an author. So the author has written the post. Now the editor is editing, and he wants the author to correct something. You can easily just add a note to that particular block of text, or it can be an image, anything in the block. And then the person will get a notification by email, and they get a link that links them directly to that particular block on what to do, and then they can just easily go there and do what needs to be done without leaving WordPress itself. So instead of drafting your blog post on Google Docs, for instance, you can directly go and draft it on WordPress itself, and you can finish it up, the review process and everything. There's a track of every comment that comes in, and you can tick them as resolved as soon as they get resolved. Then we have some new design tools like the accordion block, which is very useful when you are doing things like the fact section of a website, frequently asked questions, where you have to collapse the different segments and show further information when you click on them. So now it's coming by default with WordPress 6.9. We have the spreadsheet type. So when you have a paragraph of text and you want it to fill up the entire space instead of breaking into a new line. So the text will keep fitting itself into that space, reducing the font size automatically to fit into that available space. We have the mask block. The mask block may not come as useful for everybody, but people that are that are posting things about maybe scientific content and blogging about some things that requires equations, they can easily do this out of the box with the math block. And then we have time to read. Time to read is if we go to some blogs like Medium or Substack, you can see all these things there where immediately you open the blog post, you see the amount of time it will take you through, an estimated amount of time it will take you to read through the post. So we have this now in WordPress 6.9. We have times query, which to display a list of categories or tags dynamically. So these are some of the new design tools. And then we have the safety client proofing. So this is very useful when you have you as the designer or the one creating the WordPress site, you want to lock a particular layout, maybe a particular block. You don't want anybody to readjust anything in that block. So you can easily lock it and except it is unlocked before they can. So it will always go as that block. You cannot skip anything from that. We'll see. I will show examples of all of these things as we go on. So let me show. So we'll go to a live demo where we go through all of these tools and new features. So I created this demo site for my local host, and we'll be using it to demonstrate some of these new features. So I'll just go into the admin, and then we would start with the very first item, which is the notes feature, where you can comment on a blog and things like that. So let's say I go to my post, and okay, so I have this draft. Let's use this one, which was drafted by this person, my alter persona. So this person has drafted this post, and I'm reviewing it now, and I'm like, okay, in the process of my review, I can say, let me see, the intro text here, I'm not so sure about where they got this statistics from. They just said, so probably I want them to reference this properly, so I can just highlight this now and add a note here that says, please include a link to the study. Or let me do a first one. Let's say this one. Let's do this one. Add a note. So let's say please include a link to the study or something. Let's add it here. So what will happen is, as I've posted it now, the person will get an email to act on that particular thing. So I have my mail trap set up. So here, okay, so this is my mail trap. It's my sandbox environment where I can, simulate the emails. So the email they will get is something like this, which says, new note on your post, the title of the post, and it came from this person. This is the email address of the site itself, and then I'm seeing here that I can see all the notes on this post here. So it gives me the link to the post and it gives me the context of the note itself. So I have an overview. So I want to address it later. I can go and address it later. So that's the way that one works. And I can come, when I come into the post, I would see uh, the comment that this person had written, and I can address it. And it can be for any part of the post. I can add a note for every section as much as I like. So it takes away the burden of having to do all of these things on Google Docs, because Google Docs come with all these things like comments. And so it's not the absolute end of the picture yet. We're still expecting more things to be added to it, where it will highlight. I think we already have that. When you go to a blog, you can see the comments. And these are steps that WordPress is taking to enhance the collaboration feature. So eventually, I think we'll be able to get to the point where we would see what somebody is typing real time as the other person is. You can, so if I open this now and somebody else has opened this page and is editing, I'll be able to like do a real time collaboration, see what they are typing, see where their cursor is at the moment, just like the way it happens on Google Docs and some other text editing platforms. So we'll be able to get there in a very short time. So, and I can mark the note as resolved when I see that, okay, the person has addressed the issue I expressed. So if I mark this as resolved, then that clears away the issue. But I can still see all the notes on this particular blog post every time I come back to it. So that's for notes. We have a new thing also called blog visibility. So for blog visibility, let's do a more practical example of that one. So I'll go to my site itself, and then we'll do an example of what blog visibility is to be. So let me use the testimonial section as my example. So assuming I have these testimonials, I realize that probably this person, I'm not done with what I'm supposed to write here as this person's testimonial, this Alicia Houston's testimonial, and I do not want the clients or the users of the website to be seeing that right now. The normal thing that will happen prior to WordPress 6.9 is that I have to delete this block until I'm ready to publish it, and I would actually write it there. So, but now we don't have to delete it. It can be kept somewhere else for now, so that people don't get to see it right now. So if I select this particular block, I can just go to my options here and I can hide it. So once I hide it, I can see it on my list, on my outline here, my list of items on the page. It's still there, but it's just hidden. So the downside to it is that it is not like when I come to the backend, I get to see it directly on the page. Hopefully in the near future, we'll have that maybe in WordPress 7.0, where if I'm at the backend, I can see it, probably to be a bit grayed out, instead of having to go to this list to look for it, because I may not realize that it's actually there, especially if I wasn't the one that hid it there initially. So I can unhide it. So I've hidden it now. If I save the site and go back to it, we should not see it there anymore. Let's open that up. Yeah, so it's hidden for now until I decide to reveal it again. If I open it again now, I save it, and I just do a refresh. Coming up. Yeah, so it's back here. So that's for blog visibility, and this can be very useful when you are currently developing something and you don't want it to affect the user experience of your users and you're not ready to publish it as well. It might be you developing a new section of the website or something. You want to hide it for now, or you want to use it to control. Maybe you have a pricing page, and then for that particular time, maybe you are doing a Christmas sale and you are showing a different pricing for Christmas, a different pricing for the rest of the year, and you don't want to delete that or just modify that particular pricing you have in existence before, you can just hide it and show it when you are ready to show it again. So that's some context for how you can use that blog visibility feature. The command palette itself. So if we are on the admin, now we can just do command K, and then we can go anywhere from here. So we can go to appearance, right out of the box. We can go to plugin. Oh, I still did before it became. Let's just press it. We can go to a specific plugin even. For instance, I have WooCommerce on this one, so I can go to WooCommerce directly from here. I have SMTP. Yeah, I think it's SMTP. Yeah, Dropcom SMTP plugin here. I can go directly from here to that particular place. So that's the usefulness of this command. So instead of having to go back, navigate here and there, I can just jump into anywhere I want. And it even includes things I could do on this block itself. So I could do hide, delete, and all of those quick actions basically can be done with the command palette that we have here.
Oh, sorry to cut
Then,
in, sir. Do you
okay,
mind
all right.
showing us how did you bring up the command palette again? Do you mind showing how did you bring up the interface?
How did I get there?
Yeah, the command palette. How did you bring up that box?
Okay, so
This one.
on my Mac, I'm using a MacBook. It's just command. You have to press the command and the A button. That's for that. It's just a shortcut, basically. And even
Okay.
aside that, you also have it. You also have it at the top of the screen, right here.
Okay.
So you have it on the top of the screen. So you don't have to even press you will see the combination on this part of the screen here. And you can just press
You
it.
know, this
Just
is
press
the
the
first
bar
time I'm
here.
seeing that. This is the first time I'm noticing that. I've been looking at this screen almost every day, not almost every day. And this is the first time I'm actually seeing this does that.
Yeah, it's just a very cool feature where you can just jump to things without thinking about it and having to navigate. Well, if you know your way around very well, you know you can still take the stress of clicking through many buttons and many links, and you'll be fine. But
But this
for
is a very good shortcut.
we that we are ready to move to 6.9, we are going to use this. So then we have the new blocks. So I will show examples of the new blocks. So for that, I will just jump to pages so that I could show examples of some of the blocks. We have accordion, mark block, time to read blog that we want to show. So for accordion, like I mentioned initially, we have it's very useful for your frequently asked questions section. That's one practical use that nobody can dispute of accordion. There are other you can use it for documentation. You can use it in places where you just want to explain something by topics, and then you want to go step by step. So, for instance, so I'll just do a new one. this is what accordion looks like. So basically, it is like this. You can collapse it, and yeah, you would have seen this on many websites. And initially you would have to install a plugin. For instance, I have this Spectra plugin on my own setup here that provides accordion, but because WordPress now has it by default, I don't have to use Spectra for that. So I can just add my accordion block myself on WordPress easily. So the accordion, yeah. So it comes with the title, the layout is here, and you can add any block inside of it. So let me look for something type here for our question here. It can be a step-by-step process that you want to explain, maybe an installation process, and then you have several ones that you can add in the main block. So you just add the explanation text into it. Maybe you can add the next step. Let's say accordion again. So you add an accordion item now. This is accordion item. You just add accordion item. Yeah. So you just keep adding and adding and adding as much as you want. Then you have the feature where you can set, let me select the accordion block. You can set options on it. So you have the auto close, show icon, to show the icon. By the side, that's the expand and minimize icons. Your regular animations, all of those are still available. The auto close is when a new one opens, the previous one to close, so that you don't just leave everything expanded for the user. So that's basically what the accordion block does. And we can move to the next one, which is the time to read. Time to read is for blog posts. So I think let's go back to my post so that we can use it on post. I hope it goes through. For whatever reason, I'm pressing this thing every time. Okay, so we'll go to post. Okay, so we have the 10 ways to improve your money routine. That is in draft. And then we can let's add a block here. Somewhere here. Time to read. Yeah. Okay, so this is the time to read 10, 6 to 9 minutes. I can just easily, some of the things some of us might not have noticed, we cannot just drag and drop everywhere you can just move your stuff instead of using this control, you can just drag it to anywhere you want it to be. But it to be very fast anyway. So I'll probably just use this place here. Yeah. So I have my time to read here. So maybe you come to my blog post, you see that it will take you about 6 to 9 minutes so that you can determine if you want to read it now or you want to read it at some point later. So even here we've already had this a long time ago where you can see how long it will take for your post to be read, but that's only for you. But for the users now, they can see it if you include it. So You can see how long it takes for them to read the post itself. And then we can move to the math block for those that will be writing scientific and educational content. Um, for the formulas you want to write that you've been using some plugins to write them. So we have the math block here. Um, let's put some formula like E equals MC squared. Yeah, this is what it looks like. It displays your math in a very nice way. Let's put Pythagoras theorem, the quadratic formula. For those that still remembers this formula, this quadratic equation. So
Oh yeah, I
it allows
definitely don't remember that formula.
so it's a quadratic
Uh,
equation. You can see let me put it more complex one. Standard deviation. You know.
so essentially, if you're building a website that maybe it's a educational, scientific, maths, you can actually use this. This is a new feature, you say, because I had no
Yeah,
idea.
it's a very brand new feature. Initially, you have to use a latex plugin um, for that latex, but now some of these things are already in use, so that we don't have to incur expense and have to go through a lot of sweat to get them done.
On the
Uh,
accordion, somebody asked a question. Emeka asked if you can add a custom icon to the accordion block.
yes, you can express. I will have to go back to that page. You can change the icon. You can do anything you would want to do with it. There is an icon. Let me just go back to it.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't want to interrupt you while you were on the maths block. And yeah, but before we
Yeah,
go
that's fine.
further,
I want it to fully load. Does it still? Oh, pardon me. I don't think you can change the icon actually. It's just the text that you can customize and the display itself. It's still very limited to this X and this expand. It would have been lovely if you could use like a chevron icon or something instead of the plus and X. So probably in the near future we would be able to do that. And of course, if you are very exploratory, you can change the icon anyways with code. If you have where you have your extra CSS classes that would transform that, but that may get to not very interesting. So we can do things like changing the text, the background, all of those one or two things. Those are the things that are available for now. Hopefully, in the near future, they will add more things to it. Does that answer your question? Is it Emeka? If I'm correct. All right. The next.
I
The
was
next.
muted.
Okay. So the next one is I think it's locking layout, which we have here. You can easily just lock this one. Let's use this for as an example. And oh, so I can lock the movement. I can lock the removal. So I myself, I can't remove it. I can't move it. Can't do anything to it until I unlock it. So I can remove it if I unlock the removal. So you can see there's no delete. There's no delete button there because the removal is locked. Of which I can easily just unlock it, but it's very useful when you don't give somebody certain roles to decide, maybe an editor or something. You don't want them to do that. I don't know how deep they are going to take this feature in the near future, where it would be based on the roles and all of that kind of thing, so that it could be more granular than just locking and unlocking. You can specify that editors cannot unlock. It's only admin that can unlock, that kind of thing. So hopefully we'll get there at some point, maybe in WordPress 7 or WordPress 7.1. I'm not sure if it's on the roadmap for WordPress 7 itself. Which one have we not covered? Yeah, I think we've covered most of the new features. The other thing we've not covered is some of the things that are happening in the background. Like we have the abilities API. So it's mostly for developers, where they are able to register and register actions on the background. And this is in preparation for the API, for the AI, for all the things about AI that will happen in WordPress, starting from WordPress 7, so that they want the developers to be able to expose the components for MCP servers to be able to reach them and things like that, so that AI can easily assist in the design, assist in the content, and all of that kind of things natively in WordPress. So, but more of that will come with WordPress 7, and some of the things we're expecting WordPress 7 to be released, I think by April, 9th of April, will be the final release of WordPress 7. The development leaders were recently announced, I think sometime this week or last week. So we're expecting beta testing to start, I think by first or second week of February. We'll have the first beta of WordPress 7 release. So if you have not upgraded to WordPress 6.9, this is a good time to upgrade your systems, for your clients, upgrade them to WordPress 6.9. Before you do that, the regular things you have to do: back up your system before you decide before you do that, so that in case anything goes wrong, you can easily revert to where you were before that. So upgrade to 6.9 so that you can enjoy some of these features. Some things that you've not done before, you can explore them, see how you can enjoy some of these new features, make use of them. It was done for all of us to enjoy them. And, with more use, you gain more expertise on them, and make your site look good and make your clients happy. Yeah, so that's it for me. Thank you. I'm open to receiving questions.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sam. That was great, because I'm seeing features that, I'm looking at WordPress sites every day, and some of those things that I probably would not know that they were already there. The one you mentioned, the abilities API, I'm actually interested. I saw that some days ago, and I was like, "Wow, this is going to be big. This is interesting." That's one thing that I would definitely love to explore. But I mean, all of those features you've shared with us, this is great, especially the shortcut commands. So you mean I could just go into plugins or go into any other place I want without having to go back to the WordPress admin
Yes,
dashboard? Yeah, I
yeah.
had no idea that was right there and it was in my face. Uh, yeah, like Sam said, if because I think we had a meetup recently where someone said, "Oh, they still install Classic Editor on every site." I was like, "No, why? You need to move. You need to move with the time. You need to, yes, you need to get with the program and you know get with the latest versions and just like you said, get comfortable playing around with it, making use of it because some of those features you actually need them. But I mean, if you don't know it's there, or if you don't play around with it, or if you're pissed that, oh, why is this changed, then you find yourself not exploring at all. If anybody has questions for Sam, we're going to be here for the next 4 minutes. So if you have questions for Sam, please feel free to leave it in the comments. We'll put it on the screen and Sam can answer your questions. About 6.9. Yes, I saw that 7 is coming out in April. Yes, April, because I saw the release leads were also announced recently.
Yeah.
Well, looking forward to seeing WordPress grow. I mean, it's still, so there's always this debate about what would you pick if you wanted to build a site for a client? And I feel like just because you can custom code a website doesn't mean you should. And the one going around now is vibe coding. It's beautiful. It's amazing to see how you can build something so quickly. But I always have one question: what happens in terms of continuity? So you build a site for a client, you vibe code a plugin. You may not always be there for them to reach out to, and the next person who comes in has to, dive into that. What happens at that point? It becomes like, you know what? Let me just go back and use the regular plugin that I've used before, or a theme that I've used before, or something. I don't know. What's your opinion on that?
Okay. So actually, last week I wrote an article about this thing you're talking about. I called it the something around the line of how expensive um coding is or something. It's not even how expensive. It's how expensive maintaining something would be when it is AI written. So like you mentioned, vibe coding and everything can easily get things done for you and everything. But have you thought about it that in a way that all of these plugins that you use on your WordPress site, somebody, a company somewhere, they are properly funded and they are maintaining it every time. But when you have to do it by yourself, that means you have to, if something breaks, it is not your headache. It is not a situation where you just go to your WordPress site and just update the plugin because they've seen the issue and they've put out an update to fix it. But now, because you've vibe coded it, the burden is on you now to wake up in the midnight to fix all of those things. What
And the
happens
business
when you
owner
are
may
not
not be,
available to do it?
yes. The business
And
owner
vibe
may
code
not
will not
even,
fix it for you.
yes, that's true. Yeah, but wait, somebody did say you could automate the checks and, set up prompts or something or scripts to check that if there's an issue so that it fixes it, something like that. I mean, that's called development. So maybe that's possible.
Yeah, so many things are possible with development, but you are the one that have to deal with the headache of coming up with a script that would deal with that, like deal with the issues when they come around. And not all issues are things that AI could easily just understand like that. It's how well you even understand what you're doing that you can easily uh, tell AI itself what to do best because AI doesn't know the context that okay, this your where you hosted your um AI doesn't know where you hosted your service, for instance, or your website, for instance, and they have a rate limiting of or something. It doesn't know that you are the only one that knows about that. So you AI will not put that into consideration when it is building something for you. but you are the one to come up with, deal with all of those headache itself.
All of
So
those
basically,
scenarios.
it's good to vibe code things, but it has to be done in a controlled manner where you have the control of what you're doing. Not don't leave everything into the hands of AI. Don't leave everything. Things that have been done before, things that are easily done with WordPress or something, should not necessarily be recreated with something because you think you can recreate it in a more beautiful manner or something, but think about how expensive it will be for you to maintain it in 3 years time when you have to come back to it and it it looks like you are looking at it like what is this. But if it is WordPress, okay, the next thing you're supposed to do is just maybe update the WordPress itself, update a few plugins, readjust a few things. It will always work.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's a continuity bit that makes me want to think twice, because then you're building something that you ought to be responsible for.
Yeah.
So you would always have to be responsible for that piece of software that you've built. Yes. So we're right on the clock. I don't see any questions yet. I don't see any questions in the comments, so I think it's safe for us to end the stream. Hopefully, we're going to have many more of this meetups here. I also want to hear from folks. Do you prefer the virtual meetup where we are using Google Meet, Zoom, or do you prefer this live stream version where you can watch and you can watch live, or you can come back and watch later, because this will be recorded and it'll be on a YouTube channel for everybody to see. That said, thank you very much, Sam. That was interesting. That was amazing. Sharing those features with us. I mean, it's easy to get lost and not know that something new is happening in that space. So, thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it, and we're gonna have this again and again and again until we have a WordCamp Lagos. Hopefully, we're all going to come for a WordCamp Lagos this year. Hopefully, we're able to bring that back. So thank you again. If you stayed and you
Thank
watched
you
till the
for having
end,
me.
yeah, yes. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. We're in the stream now. So we'll see you around.
All right.